Hey, good evening everybody, welcome to Mark in Time. Last week I posted a video about how I wash watch parts, and during that video I mentioned that this week I would show a video on how to build a watch part dryer. And so here we go. So what you're going to need to build this watch part dryer is a lot of plumbing parts is basically it. You're going to need a 4-inch exhaust cap, which is this piece right here. That's an exhaust cap, and this allows the air to flow through. You're going to need yourself a 2 to 4 inch coffee basket, coffee filter basket. It's kind of getting away on me here, but there we are. I mentioned this last week. It's got a very fine mesh to it. I get this at Canadian Tire for about $10. Then what we have is a Air Hairdryer. You want to get a hair dryer. It doesn't have to be Air, but you want to get something that has this round end on it, and that's important because that's the hair dryer that the end is going to be fitting into this piece over here. And this piece is a 2-inch to a 1.5 inch rubber coupling. So that's important. You want to get that because that's the part that fits onto the hair dryer. Here we have ourselves a 1.5 inch piece of pipe. You're going to have to buy this. Usually you won't get a piece this small. I have to buy a longer pipe, but it's really affordable. Then you're going to get yourself an elbow bracket, which is a 1.5 inch elbow bracket, and you want to make sure you have the screw end. Here, I see it close a little bit. From that, you get this screw end coupling. Sometimes they sell the two pieces together, so you can look in your local hardware store for the two pieces. After that, you're going to get yourself a 3-inch flange. I'm not a plumber, so don't ask me what these parts are used for. I know that's part of the drainage system on a house, but again, I'm not a plumber, so I just know how this goes together. So this is a 3-inch flange. This here is a 3-inch. I want a 3-inch T connector with a 2-inch piece that goes into it. Just look and observe this video. So when you go to the hardware store, you're going to look what you you're going to know what you want to buy. Here I have a 3-inch pipe. Now this piece, this is all glued together, unfortunately, because I didn't think I was going to be making a video on this. But this is a 3-inch pipe here as well. You're going to have to buy a larger pipe and cut it down to size. It's really easy to cut. And this is, I've used about 4 inches to build it to. And this last piece here is a 3-inch coupling. Where the 3 inches comes from is all these pieces here are designed to hold a 3-inch pipe. So don't measure the outside. It will say 3-inch on all the parts, so you don't have to worry about it. But everything is designed to hold a 3-inch pipe. So how this basically works is your hair dryer fits into this piece here, and then of course you tighten it down with one of these screw clamps, and then this little piece of pipe will fit into this end of the rubber piece. This is really difficult to do with one hand. Okay, 1 second. Gotta love the miracle of video. And then this piece here will fit onto the end of that pipe. It's this easy, folks. I'm telling you, it's this easy. Now this piece screws onto here, like so. Snug that up. And this part, I have to twist it around a little bit, fits then. Oh, here we're going to have to do the magic of video again. 1 second. There we go. And that snugs right into that pipe there. So finally, now these are the parts you're going to be using the most. Again, this is your basket, so that you have all your watch parts in. And then that just fits up in the top there. It doesn't have to be flush. And then you're going to put your exhaust vent on top of that. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You have your own little watch parts dryer. Again, the simple thing, or the most important thing to remember, is that the hair dryer has to have a low speed option on it, which I believe most hair dryers do. If you run a high speed, you could have a chance of damaging parts. For example, some pallet, the pallet forks, if you have a jeweled pallet fork, the jewels are glued on with shellac. If the temperature gets way too hot, there is a possibility of melting the shellac. So you do want to be careful not to have the heat. If you want to go real fancy, you can drill a tiny hole into this pipe part and then actually have a temperature readout there, but that's a little crazy, I think. But that's basically it. This whole project cost me, including the hairdryer, about between $50 to $60. The parts are extremely affordable, so you'll want to go to the plumbing section in your local hardware store. And again, I have a list if you want to write this down. So again, it's a 4-inch exhaust cap, 2 to 4 cup coffee filter, which you get at Canadian Tire for about $10. A 3-inch flange, which again is this bottom piece down here. That just basically is the base. If you really want to make it fancy, you can even, there's slots in the base to screw it down to a piece of wood if you want to make it heavier or more stable. Then a 3-inch coupling, which is this, again, this piece here. And then you're going to have a 3-inch pipe. To cut this little piece off there, that's where the pipe goes. And then a 3-inch T with a 2-inch feeder piece in it. So this is your 3-inch T connector with the 2-inch feed. And then you have the 2 to 1.5-inch rubber flexible coupling. Again, this piece here, you want to make sure it's rubber because it has to fit onto the hairdryer. So you can't glue a hard piece on, and you wouldn't want to glue a hard piece on, because if the hairdryer ever were to die, then you can always just loosen it up and pop another hairdryer on. So it's handy that way. And then you have your 1.5-inch elbow and 1.5-inch pipe, and that is basically it. It takes literally, when you have all the parts and everything cut down, which again is just the 3-inch pipe and the 1.5-inch pipe. When you have everything cut down, this literally takes less than 15 minutes to put together. Now, I glued the top part in, but I didn't even have to do that. It is quite a snug fit. But there you go. If you like this video and you have any ideas for future videos, please leave a comment in the comments below, and please like and subscribe. Have a good night.